Hi students, welcome to my channel. This is the 5th class of our wave optics chapter. Last class we discussed about interference and types of interference. We have to get the interference pattern means we need coherent sources. Just now we need about coherent sources. Now what we know about what is meant by coherent sources. Just now coherent sources. Coherent sources and incoherent sources. Incoherent sources. Okay. Coherent sources means that is the simple. The two sources of light is said to be coherent. For example, I am going to take two bulbs now. I am going to take two bulbs. The two sources of light means the two bulbs are said to be coherent. Yes, no? Two bulbs are said to be coherent means the condition will be simple. Both the light waves from both the waves having same wavelength. Having same wavelength, same frequency, and constant phase. This one we are going to call it as what? Coherent sources. Means that will be simple. The two sources of light is said to be coherent. Yes or no? If they emit light waves of same wavelength, same frequency, and constant phase difference, we are going to call it as what? Coherent sources. Yes or no? Coherent sources. Simple. Yes or no? Clear? Yes or no? The two sources of light. Yes or no? Two sources of light is said to be coherent if they emit light waves of same wavelength, same frequency, and constant phase difference. We are going to call it as what? Coherent sources. Next one. Incoherent sources. Yes, incoherent sources means here also simple. The two sources of light is said to be incoherent if they emit light waves of different wavelength, different frequency, and different phase. Different wavelength, different frequency, and different phase. We are going to call it as what? Incoherent sources. Yes, incoherent sources. Simple. When we are going to take two bulbs, the two bulbs are said to be coherent means we have to say coherent means what the light waves emit from both the bulbs having same wavelength, same frequency, and constant phase. If they have, we can say coherent sources. If they have different wavelength, if they have different frequency, and if they have different phase, they are going to call it as what? Incoherent sources. Yes, incoherent sources. Now, here one point. For example, the light emitted from the two independent sources, we can't say coherent sources. Yes, no, we can't say coherent sources. The light waves emitted from the two independent sources, we can't say coherent sources. Simple example. I am going to take two bulbs. One it will be also 100 watt. Another one is also 100 watt. What are the light waves emitted from both the bulbs? We can't say coherent. Here both also 100 watt bulb only, but we can't say coherent because light emitted from both the sources having same amplitude but may be differing amplitude. Yes or no? The two independent sources, they are going to emit light waves of same wavelength but not amplitude. That's why we can't say the two independent sources as a coherent. That's why we have to take the coherent sources means we are going to take the same source from the single source only. From the single source only, we are going to get the coherent sources means that will be methods of producing the coherent sources. Methods of producing the coherent sources. Methods of producing the coherent sources. Now, the coherent sources we can produce it by two ways. Yes, the coherent sources we can produce it by two ways. One it will be by division of wavefront. By division of wavefront. Second one, by division of amplitude. By division of amplitude. First one it will be by division of wavefront, another one will be by division of amplitude. Now, in by division of wavefront also, we can get the coherent sources by two types. One it will be Young's double slit experiment. Yes, now we can get Young's double slit experiment. First one it will be YDS. Young's double slit experiment. YDS experiment. Later we can discuss in this chapter only. YDS, Young's double slit experiment. Yes, now Young's double slit experiment. And second one it will be Prandtl's biprism. Prandtl's biprism. Prandtl's biprism. These are the two ways we can get in the by division of wavefront. Yes, now by division of wavefront. Here we can produce in terms of Newton rings and interference at thin films. Interference at thin films. Interference at thin films. These are the two ways we can get the coherent source. Clear? Yes, sir. We can't say two independent sources as a coherent because they will be same wavelength but differing amplitude. That's why we have to get the coherent sources. Means we are going to take the single source. In single source, how we are going to get the coherent sources? Means there will be methods of producing the coherent sources. First one it will be by division of wavefront. Yes, now by division of wavefront means by division of wavefront. First one it will be Young's double slit experiment. Another will be Prandtl's biprism. In this way we can get by division of amplitude we can get in Newton rings and interference at thin films. Yes, sir. Interference at thin films. Now, clear? Now, we can go for coherent and incoherent. Coherent and incoherent. Incoherent addition of waves. Addition of waves. Coherent and incoherent addition of waves. Coherent and incoherent addition of waves, or we can say conditions for constructive and destructive interference. Conditions for constructive interference. I am going to write CA. Constructive interference and destructive interference. Conditions for constructive interference and destructive interference. Clear? Listen. Coherent and incoherent addition of waves are conditions for constructive and destructive interference. Last class itself we discussed about constructive interference and destructive interference. The constructive interference means what? Crest of one wave falls on the crest of another wave. When crest of one wave falls on the crest of another wave means the resultant amplitude will be maximum. When the resultant amplitude will be maximum, the intensity is also maximum. Keep it in mind. Remember, constructive interference means what? Maximum intensity. Yes or no? Simple. Last class we explained. Crest of one wave falls on the crest of another wave means the resultant amplitude wave will get maximum. Amplitude will be maximum. When amplitude will be maximum, intensity is also maximum. Same way, destructive interference. The crest of one wave falls on trough of another wave. Amplitude will be minimum. When the amplitude will be minimum, intensity will also minimum. Means minimum intensity. Minimum intensity means almost zero intensity we can say. Destructive interference. This one you can keep in mind. Constructive interference means maximum intensity. Destructive interference means minimum intensity. Okay? Now, I will explain the condition for constructive interference and destructive interference means what I am going to do means I am going to type on screen. This is the screen. I'm going to do, I'm going to take the two light sources from S1 one light source, another will be S2. I'm going to take the two light sources. S1 and S2 are the two light sources. Now S1 and S2 they are going to meet at a point O. They are going to meet at a point O. Okay, the light waves from S1 and light waves from S2 they are going to meet at a point O. If S1 and S2 are equidistant, S1 and S2 are equidistant from the O. Equidistant from the O means that will be simple. S1O is equal to S2O. S1O is equal to S2O. Both will be equidistant from the O. When both will be equidistant from the O, the path difference is equal to what? S2O minus S1O is equal to 0. That's the path difference from S2O minus S1O is equal to 0. Path difference means what? S2O minus S1O, that is equal to 0. When path difference will be 0, we know that already in first year waves chapter, phase difference. What? Relation between phase difference and path difference means the phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. The path difference is what? 0, means phase difference is also 0. Phase difference is also 0. Clear? That's a simple explanation. I am going to take the two sources S1 and S2. Both are going to be equidistant from the O. When they will be equidistant from O means S1O is equal to S2O means path difference is equal to 0. Path difference will be 0 means the phase difference is also 0. Phase difference Y means the phase difference and path difference relation will be simple. Phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. The path difference already we get 0. When path difference will be 0, path difference will be 0. Now we can take the displacement of the first wave y1 is equal to a cos omega t. Y1 is equal to a cos omega t. Second wave phase difference will be 0. That's why we can write y2 is equal to a cos omega t. Y2 is also a cos omega t. Now the total displacement of a wave y we can write y1 plus y2. y1 is also a cos omega t. y2 is also a cos omega t. Means y1 plus y2 we are going to get what? 2a cos omega t. 2a cos omega t. Yes or not? 2a cos omega t. Now here in this equation 2a represent what? Amplitude. Here a represent amplitude now. Yes or not? 2a represent amplitude. Resultant amplitude is what? 2a. When the resultant amplitude is 2a, already we know that intensity is directly proportional to square of the amplitude, means intensity I is equal to 2a square means what we will get? 4a square means I is equal to 4 I naught. I is equal to what? 4 I naught. Understanding? Clear? Yes sir. When the path difference is 0, phase difference is 0, the displacement of the first wave y1 is equal to a cos omega t. Second wave y2 is also a cos omega t. The phase difference will be 0. When I am going to add, I am going to get 2a cos omega t. Here 2a represents what? Amplitude. Resultant amplitude R. Resultant amplitude R 2a. Already we know intensity is directly proportional to square of the amplitude means intensity is equal to 4a square. A square means initial intensity I naught. 4 I naught. From this we can conclude that resultant intensity we are getting maximum or minimum. Resultant intensity will be maximum. Yes or no? Resultant intensity will be maximum. Clear? Yes or no? Resultant intensity will be maximum. We are getting 4 I naught. Yes or no? 4 I naught. Clear? Now, for example, I am going to take the same screen. Now this will be point O. Now the light waves from this is the source S1, this is the source S2. The light waves from S1 and S2 they are going to meet at a point P1. They are going to meet at a point P1. They are going to meet at a point P1. Here, in this case, if the path difference, the path difference S2O minus S1O will be lambda. I'm going to assume if the path difference S2O minus S1O will be lambda. When S2O minus S1O will be lambda, path difference will be lambda. What happens to phase difference? Phase difference will be 2 pi by lambda into path difference means lambda. Lambda will get cancelled. Phase difference how much will get? 2 pi. Yes or no? Phase difference will get 2 pi. Now we can write the displacement of the first wave y1 is equal to a cos omega t. y1 is equal to s cos omega t. Displacement of the second wave y2 is equal to a cos omega t plus 2 pi. A cos omega t plus 2 pi. Now already people know that cos 180 plus theta. Sorry, 2 pi means 180, 2 pi means 360. Cos 360 plus theta means first quadrant cos will be positive. Therefore, we will get y2 will be what? A cos omega t. A cos omega t. Now total displacement y is equal to again y1 plus y2. y1 plus y2 means again it will be 2a cos omega t. This represents what? R. Clear? Yes, sir. Cos 360 plus theta first quadrant. Cos will be positive. This will get cos omega t. Cos omega t. When you are going to add y1 plus y2, a cos omega t plus a cos omega t, 2a cos omega t. Now R is equal to what? 4a. Sorry, R is equal to what? 2a. Now intensity is proportional to square of the amplitude means I is equal to 4a square means I is equal to 4 I naught. Again, when the path difference will be lambda, we will get again maximum intensity. Again it will be maximum intensity. In this way, when the path difference will be 2 lambda. Okay, here when the path difference will be 2 lambda, here how much you will get when you are going to put 2 lambda? Lambda cancel 4 pi. 4 pi. Again 4 pi means first quadrant. First quadrant means a cos omega t only will get. Again intensity will be maximum. Again when you are going to substitute 3 lambda like this. Condition for constructive interference. Yes, sir. Condition for constructive interference. Here I will going to write condition for constructive interference. We can write the path difference will be what? Path difference n lambda, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. 0 means what? When I am going to substitute n equal to 0, where phase difference is also path difference will be 0, phase difference is also 0. Clear? Same way, when I am going to substitute n equal to 1, when n is equal to 1, here I am going to the maximum intensity. When same way, when I am going to substitute 2 lambda, R also I am going to get maximum intensity. That's why we can write the condition for constructive interference means the phase difference will be what? Phase difference will be n lambda. Keep in mind the phase difference will be n lambda. Later, after explaining the destructive interference, I will come there. Clear? Whenever we will get the constructive interference means first one it will be 0 phase, next one it will be lambda path, 0 path difference, next one will be lambda path difference, next it will be 2 lambda path difference, next it will be 3 lambda path difference. Now we have to explain the concept of destructive interference. Already people know that destructive interference means maximum intensity or minimum intensity. Minimum intensity. Minimum intensity means what? Almost zero intensity. Minimum intensity means almost zero intensity. Almost zero intensity. Destructive interference we can count. Minimum intensity we get, resultant intensity will be minimum, zero intensity. Same way, what I am going to take? I am going to take one screen. I am going to take one screen. I am going to take two light sources. From first one it will be S1. Second one it will be S2. Both are going to meet at a point P. Okay, both are going to meet at a point P. Now here path difference. Here path difference. What? S2P minus S1P. Path difference S2P minus S1P. Now first one 0 lambda. Here I am going to assume if the path difference will be in terms of lambda by 2. Path difference will be lambda by 2. When the path difference will be lambda by 2, phase difference, what? 2 pi by lambda into path difference means that will be lambda by 2. Lambda cancel, 2 cancel. Phase difference how much will get? Pi. The phase difference will be pi. When phase difference will be pi, we can write displacement of the first wave will be A cos omega t. Displacement of the second wave phase difference will be how much? Pi. We can write y2 is equal to A cos omega t plus pi. Now y2 cos omega t plus pi. Pi means 180. 180 plus theta. 180 plus theta. Third quadrant cos will be negative. That's why minus A cos omega t. Clear? Minus A cos omega t. Now resultant displacement of the wave y is equal to y1 plus y2. y1 plus y2. When I am going to add these two, plus A cos omega t minus A cos omega t is equal to 0. Displacement of the wave will be 0. When the displacement of the wave, displacement of the wave will be 0. When the displacement of the wave will be 0, resultant amplitude is also 0. When the resultant amplitude will be 0, intensity is equal to 0. When intensity will be 0, that is what? Destructive interference. Means when you are going to get the destructive interference means when the path difference will be lambda by 2. Yes, the path difference will be lambda by 2. Clear? Same way, if I am going to assume the path difference will be 3 lambda by 2. Path difference will be 3 lambda by 2. When I am going to substitute here 3 lambda by 2. 3 lambda by 2. Okay. Lambda cancel. 2 cancel. This that will be 3 pi will get. Okay. We are going to get 3 pi. Clear? Yes, now we are going to get 3 pi. When I am going to get 3 pi, here omega t plus 3 pi. Omega t plus 3 pi means again third quadrant. Third quadrant cos will be negative. Again minus A cos omega t. Displacement will be 0. Its resultant amplitude will be 0. Intensity is also 0. Again destructive interference. Yes, no? Again destructive interference. Again when I am going to substitute 5 lambda by 2. 5 lambda by 2. Then I am going to substitute here 5 lambda by 2. Lambda cancel. 2 cancel. 5 pi. 5 pi means omega t plus 5 pi. Again third quadrant cos will be negative. Minus A. A is going to be 0. Resultant amplitude will be 0. Intensity is also 0. That will be destructive interference. Now, clear? Understanding? Whenever we are going to get the destructive interference. Now, for destructive interference, path difference, destructive interference, the path difference, where write the expression 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. Can you write 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2? Here n value is going to vary from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. When I am going to substitute, observe, when I am going to substitute n will be 0. N will be 0, lambda by 2. n will be 1, 2 plus 1, 3 lambda by 2, n equal to 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5 lambda by 2. Like that, this is the condition for destructive interference. This is destructive interference. Clear? Now, here, this will be constructive interference. Constructive interference, path difference, n lambda. N will be 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. That is for destructive interference. These are the path differences. Now we can write the condition for phase difference. Phase difference. Relation between phase difference and path difference is what? 2 pi by lambda into path difference. What? N lambda means lambda cancel. This will be phase difference. Phase difference is equal to what? 2n pi. 2n pi. Here the phase difference, path difference will be n lambda. This is for what? Constructive interference, path difference and phase difference. When you come to the destructive interference, phase difference 2 pi by lambda into 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2 means lambda will be cancel, 2 will be cancel. Phase difference is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi. This is for phase difference. This is for what? Path difference. For destructive interference. This is for constructive interference. Clear? Keep in mind, constructive interference means maximum intensity will get more brightness. Destructive interference means minimum intensity or almost zero intensity. When you will get the maximum intensity, these are the condition. When you will get the minimum intensity. Okay, this will be constructive interference and destructive interference will be very helpful in the remaining concept when I am going to explain the Young's double slit experiment and fringe width derivation we are going to derive. That time you have to remember the concept. Whenever you are going to get the constructive interference and whenever you are going to get the destructive interference. Means when you get the constructive interference means the path difference between the two light waves will be in terms of n lambda and phase difference will be 2n pi. Whenever you are going to get the destructive interference means the path difference will be in terms of 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. The phase difference will be in terms of 2n plus 1 into pi. Clear? That's all. This is about what? Condition for constructive and destructive interference. Clear? Thank you.